What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. I know it's been a while and I've been kind of slow on uploads, but this week I'm going to have a lot of content for you guys. So make sure to subscribe if you are new. I'm going to be posting a lot of soccer videos. Kind of what's my flip of the week. I'm going to try and start that. There's one guy I'm really high on. I'm going to be doing this opening today. And I'm going to just be talking about a lot of stuff in the hobby over the next week. I have like 3 or 4 ideas planned of videos that I'm going to be making, so make sure you stay tuned. But today, we are going to be unboxing my package from Soft Hands Sappy. If you don't know him, he is on Instagram. I think he's on Facebook groups as well. He is a guy that you would send your cards to, and he is going to help you get a better grade. Now, what that means is he's really good at cleaning surfaces of cards. You pay him a fee and he can clean them, and he'll send them to either BGS or SGC or PSA for you. He will look over your cards and tell you which ones are really good for grading. He's got huge microscopes. So overall, he's a really good guy. I think you can just look up Sappy's sports cards or Sappy on Instagram, and he'll probably pull up. But I would really make sure to check him out. The reason I sent to him is because I know he does a lot of submissions, and he's really good at crossing over cards. I had a BGS-9.5 TRAE Young that you guys saw if you watched, and there's my Instagram, he writes it all for you. But if you watched the Wisconsin Dells video, you would have seen the TRAE Young that I picked up in a trade. It was a pretty big trade that I made, and overall, I think it was a really fair trade for both sides. But I think now, after I've crossed this card, and I'm hoping that I got a really good grade, and I'm hoping I got the grade I got that I wanted. I haven't even looked yet, but it was a 9.5. I sent with a minimum grade PSA 10, so we'll see if the card was crossed over, and if it was, that would mean that I received a PSA 10. So, I'm going to slow reveal it when we get a chance. Hopefully, Deli can give us some good luck. I'm going to try not to spoil this for any of us. I'm going to try and do a slow reveal, but I'm not 100% sure how this is going to go. I'm going to hide it. Oh, never mind. It's in an envelope for us. This does feel slimmer, so hopefully that does mean this is a PSA graded TRAE Young, and it's going to most likely be, it is PSA, which means, I'll let you guys see the back of the card here. It's numbered 22 of 25, meaning that it's a tie-dye. It looks like it has really good centering on the back. Everything looks sharp. I'm going to cover this up. Actually, there's no point. We got a PSA 10. It was graded. I sent it in with a minimum grade, meaning that I don't want them to grade this card if it's not a PSA 10, and they ended up grading it, which means I went from a BGS 9.5 to a PSA 10. Now, the reason this is really significant is I had a True Gem Plus TRAE Young BGS 9.5 that was worth, I would say, roughly $2,400. There was a BGS 9.5 with no subs that did $2,100, and a PSA 9 did $1,800. So I took a big risk, and I said, you know what? I'm going to spend $300, and I think it was 40 or 14. I'm not 100% sure. But I said, I'm going to spend around almost $400 on this card, and I'm going to take that chance to send it to PSA because I know the value will go up. Well, after sending through Sappy, I decided, you know what, he's going to have connections. He might send it in with a bunch of other cards, and based off his reputation, I've seen companies give people better grades, which is why people do bulk submissions. So overall, I think that I ended up making around $1,500 by crossing this card over. Now, the reason I even thought of this in the first place is because I read somewhere that PSA is grading easier on rare numbered cards. So that means that any super short print that you have, such as maybe a silver courtside of TRAE Young or Luka, or any modern cards that are super low serial numbered, I've heard Now, this is just, I have no proof of this, but I heard that PSA is giving better grades because they want people to still send in, even though the price is so high. Now, what I think that means is they're saying, hey, I know our competitors are cheaper. However, we want to keep making money. So let's try and intrigue people to send in these bigger, more expensive cards. So they have to pay for our more expensive service because we have such a high demand in the market. And now I think it's a really smart business move. I don't know if many people know this yet, but I thought, hey, I already have a True Gem Plus, which means 3 9.5s and a 10. It has 9.5 centering, but the centering looks really good to my eyes. I thought, hey, I'm going to take a risk. It's $340, but you have to spend money to make money. And in the card industry, you have to be willing to take risks. Now, overall, I think this risk paid off. I'm going to be listing this on my eBay because I just want to get a quick little flip. I don't know if the Hawks can beat the Bucks, especially after last night's game 3, I think it was. Chris Middleton played really well, and he single-handedly defeated the Hawks. TRAE hurt his ankle. I'm trying to get some capital for the National, which is going to be covered in one of my next videos. I'm going to sell this card, and maybe even in the future I buy it back. Who knows? I really like TRAE. I think he's a really good player. I think the Hawks have a really good foundation for the future. I think they might just be missing 1 or 2 pieces. I think TRAE does need another star, maybe not a superstar, but another guy that can handle the scoring load a little bit better than, like, let's say, Lou Williams off the bench. And I think that team will be an immediate contender. But this video was pretty much just made to talk about a little bit of PSA, what I've heard, and show off my luck that I had, because this is no skill involved. This is 100% luck. You're getting a card that's graded by BGS and just hoping PSA is going to grade it a little bit easier, which is a risk that I think you guys could make a lot of money on. There's some BGS 9s that are going to be PSA 10s. I don't think you buying a base Luka or a base TRAE or Zion, I don't recommend doing that because PSA is not giving out 10s anymore, especially for those cards. You're better off buying a short printed card of maybe not Prism, maybe getting a Select or maybe a different product that you have to look at the recent grades, especially looking at the PSA Pop Report. If you see that there's, let's just say 50 of these cards and there's 2 PSA 9s in 30 PSA 10s, that's a card that if you can get raw, could actually make you some money by buying it raw, cleaning up the surface a little, making sure the corners are sharp, and grading that with PSA. So it's going to be up to you guys, but I think there is some money to be made by flipping BGS cards to PSA. And I also think flipping PSA 9s to BGS 9.5s, if you see a clean enough copy, is going to be a really smart investment a little bit down in the future. Because I think BGS shut down, which is going to make 9.5s a little more desirable, especially if PSA stays shut down. BGS 9.5s are really undervalued in this market for some reason, even though they used to be better or as good, or if not a little bit better than PSA 10s. So it's really just up to how much risk you guys want to take. But I think those are some really smart investments that you guys could make if you have some cash to burn. It's like a really high risk, high reward situation. But again, if you hit that jackpot on one card, it really pays for a lot of your mistakes, depending on which service you send it. So it's something you guys should think about doing, but that is going to do it for this video. If you really like this card, let me know down in the comments below what your favorite, I don't know what I want to see. Let me know if you guys like this tie-dye set. I now have a TRAE and a Luka tie-dye from this year, and they're both concourse, so I'm thinking about possibly building a set. That would be really expensive, but I have the 2 best cards from the set, so it might be something I look to pursue. But let me know down in the comments below, do you like the tie-dye, or do you like a different parallel from this select set? Let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys later this week in another video.